Hey Tap Brothers here, we are in our garage right now, and today you're going to be learning how to do the perfect push-up. Heck yeah. Just like in the past, we've shared with you the Gary Hewitt push-up challenge. Also, how to master your one-arm push-up. Well, we haven't touched on, how to perform the perfect push-up, and this is a big one. Also, we've read in the comments, some of you still need to master your very first push-up, and we've all been there, so in this video, we're going to be breaking down the technique on how to perfect the form. Yeah, and speaking on form and technique, if you're experiencing elbow pain or shoulder pain, which we experience a lot at the beginning too, a lot of this has to do with poor technique. And now push-up sounds really simple, but there's a lot of small things with the technique that you can change up and that we had to change up that will not only increase your ability to do more push-ups, but also make sure you avoid any type of injuries when you're doing push-ups. Exactly. So let's jump on this. Also, don't want to forget, at the very end, if you're looking to increase your push-ups, you want to maximize your push-ups, we have a workout for you at the very end that people have literally been doubling their push-ups with this one workout. So make sure to watch out for that, and we're going to break down this technique and go over some of these progression steps. All right, let's break down this technique. I'm going to show you starting off all the way from the hands down to the toes so you know exactly what to do with your technique here. So you want to have the hands nice and spread here. This will give you the most stability, so this way you're covering a lot of surface area here. Then you want your hand placement to be shoulder width or a little bit wider. Next, you want to have good alignment from the palms all the way to your shoulders here. This way you can perform this push-up and do it very efficiently. So the goal here is to have your shoulder around knuckle level here. So you're just slightly forward, so you're engaging the shoulders here. Then what you want to do, and this is a big mistake a lot of people make, you've probably seen it before, people will go to the outside with their elbows. It's a natural thing to do. But this is going to potentially lead to injury, also elbow pains, shoulder pains. What you want to do is wrap those babies in. Wrap your elbow back and down here so that way it's nice and close to your body when you're performing your push-up. Then you got to get your core right. You got to have your abs tight and your butt tight to go into this nice rigid position here. So that way your body's nice and stiff like a board. Then your toes are going to be flexed and active. Your ankles are going to be active into the ground here. So you have this nice plank position here. Then this is when you focus on the push-up portion. And this is where you're going to lower down. Big thing here is you want to start off with your shoulders. Some people make the mistake of starting the bend with their elbows. You want to engage and start with your shoulders and then have your elbows follow. What this will do is make sure that you have this good alignment here and this good line with your elbow to your palm. You want it to be straight, stacked above each other here. So the elbow needs to stay right above the wrist during your push-up. So you're here. If you don't have your elbow stacked on top of your wrist, say you go back here, this can put unwanted pressure in the elbow joint here. Another big mistake that I see a lot is people will give out in their core. They're doing their push-ups, and this is a big no-no, and they lower the hips down, or they give out in their hips. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the core tight, keep the butt tight, so that way you're nice and rigid, and you have that good straight back the entire time. Another mistake you want to avoid, just like collapsing in the hips, is collapsing in the shoulders and the upper back. So I'll show you just real quick what it looks like. You want to be in this position. When you're collapsing in, you're down here, and you're collapsing in, and your shoulders are going in towards each other. So you want to keep your upper back and shoulders strong. So you want to keep it up here. Keep it nice and pressed through your hands here. And as you lower down and go back up, keep that strong upper back. So that's the technique for the perfect push-up there. Use those technique points there, especially the alignment with the elbows and the wrists there, very key. Now, here are some progressions to build up into this. First, you want to get your core nice and taken care of. So we need to perform a hollow position. So what you're going to do is tighten the core, tighten the butt, lift the legs up slightly, lift the shoulders up slightly, and just hold here. This is basically the position you're going to want to have during your push-up. Once you get to your hollow position, then you're going to move to your push-up plank. So focus on those technique points, keeping the back nice and rigid and straight. You're just going to hold here until you can hold for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then you're going to go into the exercise that really I think is going to give you the most results and help you get your first push-up. And that's training on the eccentric portion of the push-up. So what that's going to be is, and you can start off with the first progression on your knees, core tight, butt tight, keeping that technique, but you're going to be lowering down. That's the eccentric portion of this workout, this exercise. The lowering down, you're going to go for about 6 seconds, then repeat. What this does is it gives you more time under tension, and it's a very safe way to develop strength. And the eccentric exercise you see here is what we have in our workout down in the description below. So once you get your knee push-up or your knee eccentric push-up, then you're going to go into your regular push-up, focusing on that technique and performing the eccentric portion here. And then ultimately, you're going to be able to do just your push-up. All right, so that's the perfect push-up technique. Also, a couple of gradual progression steps to get your first push-up. So no excuses, you can get your first push-up now. Start to implement those. Also, like we talked about, we have a free workout for you. This is called the Eccentric Workout. It's a body weight workout you can do in-home, very short, and we focus on the eccentric portions of developing your first pull-up, push-up, and other things as well. So check that workout out in the description below, completely for free. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave any comments below if you have any other questions or tutorials you want to hear next. And that's it. I'll see you around. Till then, you can check out some of the stuff in our garage while you subscribe. But this little device here, great for, we like to increase our pull-ups or, also for rehab on the shoulder. I've been using some of that stuff, so we'll do different pull exercises. We can hang this from different things like a bar, work on your pull-ups. We also have this. Oh yeah, this one. This has actually been around for years. You see the duct tape here? This is how we really increased a lot of our pull-up strength, our push-up strength. Once we kind of plateaued, we added the weight vest, and we would spend 3 times a week, many nights, training with this vest. As you can see, it's pretty worn out. Then you've got a little weight set here, this squat. That's actually a Hex Bar. What's cool about this is if you're like me, sometimes I don't like to have the bar on my back all the time. I like to switch it up. This little device here is great for, very safely and efficiently being able to perform lower body exercises, get that little extra resistance. So we have the basketball here. This is really the only thing I can do in basketball, but I do enjoy it. Then these little things, these are tiny, but some of the best little tools I've played around with. If you're into hand balancing, little parallettes, you want a little bit of, these are fun to play with. So you can really play with your V-sits, planches. Ooh, that felt good. But it really helps with being able to go into these strength exercises and, adds to the push-ups, different things like this. So, at times we like to get little toys for the fitness, just keep it exciting. The best thing though is Halloween's coming up, so you got to get your mask ready. We got the classic Richard Nixon mask here.